Hi, I'm Barbara. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. And we're going to be continuing this month on the topic of offense. Sometimes it happens and we don't even realize it's happening. We can so easily be offended, especially in church. A lot of times in church, people are so easily offended, and it has caused so much chaos and destructiveness and division in the church. And offense can really hinder and destroy relationships. One of the things we have to do in reference to offense, we have to be able to examine ourselves to see why we get so easily offended and what's going on with that. Sometimes, we have to look within to see what the problem is, because nowadays we get offended too easily. A couple of examples. At church, let's say they ask for some ideas and they don't pick your idea, and you get offended because they didn't pick your idea, and your thing is, my idea is better. Well, that's what you think, but it may not be so. So now you're offended because they didn't pick your idea. Some characteristics in reference to offense. One of the characteristics with offense is pride, because a prideful person depends on themselves. They don't depend on God. They think they can do it. They don't depend on God. So pride is another thing that can help you become easily offended. Also, entitlement. Some people feel entitled. They feel like, why did that person get that job? I deserve that job, not that person. The other thing is respect. Nowadays, the world tells us we ought to demand respect. But in the Word of God, God tells us, and He teaches us to be humble and to serve with love. If you serve with love and you're humble, you'll get respect. You can't demand respect, because one thing, you also have to give respect. Even Christ knew that we would be offended, because I want to tell you in Matthew 11:6, He says, he who is not offended, to get offended, He says, blessed is he who is not offended. And you find that in Matthew 11:6. So we have to look at entitlement. We have to look at respect. We have to look at pride. These are some of the things that cause offense. So we have to look within ourselves, examine ourselves to see what's going on with us that we become so easily offended. And also, if we know or if we feel we have offended someone, be the bigger person and go to that person and say, you know what? If I offended you, I'm sorry. And show that person love and kindness. Because people who are offended, they just really want to be understood, and they want to be heard. They want to feel like they're valued. So if you know you've done something to someone, go to them and say you're sorry about offending them. And this will help so much if we look within our own selves, all of us, because all of us become offended sooner or later because we feel someone said something or did something that we didn't like. So these are just a few of the tidbits on helping us to overcome offense. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next week for Wisdom Wednesday. Bye.